guarantee that this is our opportunity to get out of this hole.
The Bible really refers to it, and the word mark there in the Greek language means it like a tattoo, really, or an etching or something that's scratched into something. So it says it's going to be upon the right hand or the forehead.
We still have several thousand people that were working. They identify themselves every day. New people find themselves in difficult place. But know this, in the meantime, we're devoting all the resources we have to get them there, and often in difficult places. They're not in the capital near the airport, or the roads are closed. And so it's not just a matter of getting a flight down there. There's a lot of work that has to be done to coordinate, to make it all happen and get those people available so they're sitting there when the flight lands, they can get on the plane, and then we can get them back home. We still have several thousand. We're working on it. We chip away at that number every day. But new citizens go to the State Department website, identify themselves, and say, I need a little bit of help in some way, and we do our best to get that to them just as quickly as we can.
These aren't just numbers. These are patients. These are friends. These are families. These are loved ones.
Now, what changes that equation is technology, but we need a deliberate approach to getting that technology quickly.
So you've mentioned technology. The Fed president from St. Louis mentioned technology. Dr. Fauci has mentioned technology and surveillance. Specifically, what does that look like in the United States of America, and how far are we from getting that?
I think things are going to be permanently changed coming out of this until we get to a vaccine and we can fully vanquish this.
We're still working on this problem set. There's still data that these good people need so that they can perform their analysis of how to both develop therapeutics and a vaccine, and to understand where this virus is. So every country, China included.
We're really concerned because of this virus, so it's a challenge because of the possibility of getting the virus, since you just never know. The MTN head of corporate affairs, Alain Newman, says that as much as there are some people that are still using hand-to-hand transactions, there's a big percentage of people that have also embraced the cashless transactions when transferring money.
It's become the quick and easy way to pay. Using your phone or tapping your card at the till may be convenient, and soon it might be necessary as stores start encouraging people towards going cashless. Last week, the World Health Organization stated there is a chance COVID-19 could be transmitted through money, and that has some stores on edge. Best Buy has announced it no longer accepts cash, and some grocery stores are now posting signs asking customers to avoid cash as COVID-19 continues to spread.
In a move to protect customers from COVID-19, today Community America Credit Union joined the growing list of financial institutions closing their lobbies and encouraging alternative ways of banking.
Virtually everything that we've been able to do in the branch, we're going to be able to do through our drive-thrus.
A popular question among those customers right now.
And they're asking about, should I take cash out? And we are absolutely telling them, no, don't take the cash out. It's safer where it's at.
While some have rushed to make large withdrawals in cities like New York, banking experts strongly advise against it.
Bridges in our region are going cashless to stop the spread of COVID-19. The Atlantic City Expressway says it has suspended cash tolls. Delaware River Port Authority bridges will go cashless tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. The Delaware Memorial Bridge goes cashless at midnight. Yesterday, cash tolls were suspended on the New Jersey Turnpike and the Garden State Parkway.
And as the U.S. continues to see a rising number of coronavirus cases, public anxiety also escalating. That includes concerns about using cash. Many worry it could actually be a source of transmission. Though many transactions are now contactless or digital, are we ready to go fully cashless?
Should they have shared their data sooner with the United States?
Every country has an obligation to share that information accurately, timely, completely, transparently, and thoroughly, just as quickly as they can gather it. We'll leave for another time to evaluate how everyone did in that.
From smartphones to eyes in the sky, high tech has become a powerful weapon to fight COVID-19.
When you hear something like this, Google tracking you in your every move, if you're social distancing or not, how is this not a violation of data privacy?
This is the most high-level group tracking that there can be that's already being done by like government satellites that, collect data on group gatherings in different cities and things like that.
We will dramatically increase the tracking possibility and the quarantine of those who are positive. We started today to deploy the digital technology that locates the people that were in contact with corona patients. We will tell those people to quarantine themselves for 14 days.
Your smartphone or smart tablet, and then from the smartphone or smart tablet through the cloud, it can be sent over to a central monitor, maybe at a hospital or even service that we provide, to continuously monitor the patients.
Our mobile phones could become an important weapon in the fight against the coronavirus, and Germany could see the benefits very soon. Software developers are working on tracking apps which would enable a loosening of restrictions on movement without compromising data privacy. The app registers other smartphones with the app installed and can track people who are in the vicinity of the user for a particular amount of time. If the app user tests positive for corona, all the people they had contact with can be notified and warned.
Authorities in South Korea and Taiwan are also using smartphone location data to enforce quarantines. Instead of isolation, countries like Kenya have chosen another route, focusing on social distancing. Kenya has tapped into smartphone applications that use sensors. Not only can these devices accurately calculate the distance between people, they can also track when crowds begin to form. However, although the intentions seem admirable, many are questioning if privacy rights are being considered when using high tech to fight the coronavirus.
Privacy or public health? That is the question. In the time of COVID-19, mass surveillance can be a useful tool in helping stop the spread of the virus. But does that mean people will have to give up their civil liberties?
This is my neighborhood of Moscow, and in all the years I've lived here, I've never seen it this quiet. And the way that the government here is enforcing this lockdown is to use high-tech surveillance systems. This is my usual walk to work, but I've never noticed before just how many security cameras there are on this way. And in fact, there's one right here next to this poster with details of how to keep yourself safe during this pandemic. There's a camera there up on the top of the bus stop. Now, tens of thousands of these cameras across Moscow have been fitted with facial recognition software, and that works in real time, scanning people's faces and sending instant alerts to the police, who can then detect anyone who might be breaking the quarantine.
For example, in the UK, Britain's National Health Service is tracking the spread of COVID-19 with the help of American privacy violator Palantir. The big data company is also in talks with France and Germany and is currently working with the US government as well. In the US, the situation gets even more complicated. To better be able to enforce stay-at-home orders as well as look for large crowds, U.S. public health authorities are turning to loosely regulated advertisers who can pretty much track a person's every move. And while advertisers use the info to sell you stuff, the intelligence community can use it for, let's just say, other reasons.
Google has released its mobile phone users' location data for 131 countries, hoping that the trove will show whether people are obeying the world's various lockdowns and social distancing measures. It may be the world's largest such data dump available to the public and covers a span from mid-February to the end of March. The results are varied.
In these perilous times, many Americans are sacrificing their personal freedoms for the common good. Tonight, 1 out of 3 Americans is under government orders to stay at home, and at least 17 states have ordered non-essential businesses to close. In some states, large gatherings are altogether banned. But how far can the government go in taking away our civil liberties? And could we see here in the United States more extreme restrictions like those in China and parts of Europe?
The Chan Zuckerberg Initiative is partnering with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation on possible treatments.
So we're going to be contributing $25 million with Gates and others to be able to get this started quickly and now.
It's especially important for us to show that we can be proactive in handling this well. I'm very proud about how our teams around the world have pulled together to support people getting accurate information, fighting misinformation.
Bill Gates is urging the federal government to shut down the entire country. So far, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has donated $100 million to fight the coronavirus. They're focused on detection, isolation, and treatment of the virus, and finding a vaccine. Gates says not too late to make up for lost time.
What is sure is that the pandemic is going to be used by every government in the world to collect medical data. There is going to be pressure from the Chinese government and from other governments to collect medical data of citizens in order to control and to be sure that the disease doesn't spread. And that's very interesting for insurance companies, which in fact use these data for their own purpose.
Hi there. Most of us have them on our phones.
Without question, these are some of the most popular applications on the App Store. Whenever we gain convenience from technology, we always give up a little bit of security.
No matter where you live, your county is getting scored by a company tracking GPS location on your cell phone. KCTV5's Emily Rittman shows us which counties are passing and which ones are failing.
The company Unicast was already tracking cell phone location data for their clients. Now they are using that information to see if people are practicing social distancing. Here in the metro, you can click on Kansas or Missouri to see how your county is doing. Let's first take a look at Johnson County. Today, Antioch Park was full of space-to-park visitors. The Home Depot in Merriam had a fairly full parking lot of customers.
I would say it's probably more than half are listening and staying home. My normal traffic is like a ghost town.
So far, Unicast gives Johnson County an A- on their COVID-19 social distancing scorecard.
But at this point, what we are doing in terms of assistance is providing what most of these countries need to learn how to do surveillance themselves, to learn how to conduct tests themselves, to learn the things that can reduce the peak in their countries. Those are the kind of things. And we've been doing this, you should know. The United States has been incredibly generous. We have CDC officials like no other country in the world out helping